What is going on, guys? So I am starting my video not from the garage for once, but from underneath the bridge in beautiful Morrison, Colorado, because I just went and picked this thing up. And some of you might be wondering what I want to do with a crappy old Subaru Outback with a smashed up hood and a broken lower control arm up here from hitting a curb and a bunch of mouse poop on the interior. But what I want has everything to do with that badge right there. So yeah, I picked this thing up for $250. It runs just fine. No keys or anything, that's why it's loaded a little bit wonky. The steering lock is broken, but yeah, I started it up and moved it, actually drove it up onto the trailer. Well, dolly, not really trailer, but yeah, it runs good, makes no major noises, has about 170,000 miles on it, which is quite a bit, but we'll go through it a little bit, the engine, and just make sure everything's healthy in there. But yeah, this is the start of a new project for the 914. It's gonna have a 6-cylinder. It's about 100 horsepower increase approximately. So I don't know about you guys, but I am stoked to have a 6-cylinder in this car. That has been like in the books for this car for as long as I've done the Subaru swap. I've wanted to do the 6-cylinder swap eventually, and this thing came along, and I needed the whole car because I need the harness as well, but that's enough rambling. Let's get back on the road and get this thing back at my house. Got the car in the garage. That was a bit of an ordeal. I don't have a key for this car. The guy lost his keys for it. And I just ended up mangling the ignition and the steering wheel lock to pieces to get it out. And trying to get it started up with just like my finger on the ignition was a bit of an issue. But there is our little heart right here. Look at that. Beautiful little filthy 6-cylinder. This car is so gross. I'm pretty sure there's mice living in the car still. I think they made the journey back from that field that the car was in the car. I thought I heard him in the headliner, so hopefully not. I'm gonna get some mouse traps tomorrow. There was definitely clearly mice living in here at some point, and I'm pretty sure they still are, so I would rather them not infest my garage, so I'm gonna try to get rid of them as soon as possible. Unfortunately, I don't have any mouse traps here, but I'm not too worried about it. Engine seems pretty healthy, sounds good, starts up fine, and that's on old, like 2-year-old gas. It's been sitting forever, so that is good. But I don't need anything else off this car. This car looks huge next to the 914. Look at this. I mean, it just looks massive. So that is pretty cool. I find this interesting. This is the engine cover, and this is actually like metal mesh here that goes over the alternator. So that's just, I don't know, weird anecdote. I never realized that. I've never really messed with these 6-cylinder engines, but it's only about an inch longer than the 4-cylinder, which is cool. So it'll fit in the it'll fit in the 914 just fine, because I've got plenty of room there. I'm pretty sure the radiator hose, this one is pretty much in the same spot. This one is up high rather than down at the bottom like the 4-cylinder. So if I just run, actually this hose might work for this side, so we'll see that. But I think I'll just be able to change one hose, and then we'll be able to completely reuse the other cooling system that's already in this car. I am eager to get this torn out and put in this car. However, I have one more track day this year that I would like to make. In the Porsche. Sorry about the weird angles and stuff. I'm filming on my phone. My camera is dead. So I want to keep this together, but I do want to get rid of this car as soon as possible because I just don't really have room for it. So I'm going to tear this engine out of it as soon as possible, probably this week, and then we'll set it to the side for about a month from now, and maybe we'll work on the harness and stuff in the meantime, but I am not going to be putting this in the car until that last track day because I'd like to get at least one in this season, so yeah. Engine bay is nice and empty, and I got this thing put up on a stand. It's a little tight in this garage with the 240 and this giant Outback. These things, like, I don't think these are very big. I don't think of them as very big cars. I had an '03 Legacy, which is the same car but lower and not a wagon, as my first car, and I always thought of that as a pretty small car, which I think in comparison to modern cars, it is a small car. However, with this, with a small garage, and I'm used to having the 240 and the 914, which is a tiny car in here, it's pretty tight. Like, I've got just enough room to fit between this motor. But this thing, while it will sit for a month or two, probably more like a month and a half, maybe, I guess. We'll see whenever that track day is when I'm probably going to get back from it and start tearing it apart right away, but I'll just put this outside covered up with a tarp and stuff because it's in the way. But for now, I've got these in here, so if anyone wants a free Subaru Legacy, there's lots of good parts on this car. Besides the interior is kind of trash. Let me know, you can come pick it up. I'll probably honestly pay someone to come haul it off, as long as it's not too much money, because I'm sure someone will want it for scrap and stuff. But there is my engine. I am so excited about this thing. 230-ish horsepower in that little 914. Should be nice and quick. I was just doing the math today and figured out that the power to weight ratio is better than a stock C5 Corvette, which in that tiny car should be a handful considering I'm only on 225s. I'm excited about that. It'll be my fastest car because this is right now my fastest car and probably the fastest car I've ever owned. Probably faster than the WRX was, which I kind of miss that WRX a little bit, just a little bit. That car was a good car to me, and I don't know. That was a fun car. It was a good daily. And this is also a really good car. I enjoy this car more than I enjoy the WRX. However, just having something that dailyable was pretty fun. But this will be now my fastest car. I figured that out because my dad has a stock C5 Corvette. And of course, I have to be faster than him with my cars, and I don't think this is faster than that. Actually, for sure it's not faster than the Corvette right now. It will be, so watch out, Dad, because it's coming. Just got to turn the boost up. But the 914 should be probably not faster because it won't have the grip like the Corvette does, but it will be a lot more rowdy and have a better power to weight ratio than that car. I think that's pretty much where I'm going to end off. I need to pull the harness out of this car, which is a pretty mundane task. Excuse my giant mess of tools. This was a messy job. There were some stuck bolts and some strip stuff, and everything under the car is messy. So I've just been piling it onto the bench, and I don't have the room like I normally do because obviously this car is a lot bigger than the 914. But I'm going to clean up in here, and thank you guys for watching all the way to the end of the video. If you made it to here, make sure to like, subscribe, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you're excited to see this thing with a 6-cylinder in it. See it ripping and breaking tires loose in pretty much every gear, which is what I expect it to do with this thing, or at least up to probably third or so, which should be plenty. I can't wait. This car is going to be rowdy finally. It's been quick since the Subaru motor, like not even really quick, like a little bit faster than a Miata, but obviously the handling is pretty stellar, but now it should be just ridiculous. And it's sort of what I've been wanting the car to be all along, and finally it's happening. So be excited, because this car is going to be sick really soon. Just, yeah, that's going to be it for me though. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.